Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network on YouTube. And I was just mentioning to our guests who are in the green room right now about how it's been several months since I've done a mock improv. And I'm so excited because this has been something that we've been doing usually monthly, usually the first or second week of the month. And I'm so thrilled to have some amazing guests here on the show today. And I am excited to welcome back the one, the only, Yano, River Blue, also known as Femme from the Block. How's it going?
Good. Hi, everyone.
And if you remember, Yano was on the show with Aubrey. Hey, Spot the Magic Ninja and Hooded One, good to have you here. And that was the episode where we had to do had to have our characters juggle fish in a ramen house. And that was so much fun to do. And then I ended up spinning that off into a modular, which I brought with me to Bricks Cascade. So sometimes what comes out of these prompts actually become mocks that you can display at a show. And also I have with me in the studio, first time appearance here on the Brickanista Broadcast Network. We have Grant, who is also known as Royal Bricks 503. And I forgot to ask your pronunciation of your last name.
Feijo.
Feijo. Okay. So we have Grant Feijo, Royal Bricks 503, also in the Portland area. I forgot to mention that Yano is now in Portland. And I had the pleasure of meeting both Yano and Royal Bricks 503 over at the Bricks and Minifigs store, which was great because we had a chance to do some bin diving while we were there. What was super cool is we went to one of those food truck rodeo things, or I don't know if a friend of mine calls them rodeos, where they all are in a circle and but I think this one is like a permanent one in the city.
We call them pods. We call them food
pods.
pods.
Okay. Great.
I didn't know that. That's good to good to know as a new Portlander. A food truck pod, yes.
And we also have joining the stream today, Doc Sampson.
Hey, how's it going? I got my felt fingers. I heard it was going to be a building stream, so I'm ready. There's my video guy. He's right there, ready to go.
Oh,
ready
okay.
to go.
You were going to ask what video characters you have, so why don't I spotlight Doc so we can all see which one are you working with?
I think he's like a robot. I'm not sure, but
robot
he's
DJ, I think. Right?
Yeah, but he's tech. But you can see that he's drinking out of a Mega Construct drink bottle. But don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. And before the stream started, we were talking about how are we going to subdivide which video characters that we're going to use. And I'll be honest with you, I don't have a lot. And I have none of the series 2. But Grant, on the other hand, has, I think, all of the series 2, right? Is that true?
Except 3.
Okay. Now, have you decided on one that you want to use, or you want to do like a random drawing, or?
I'm up for random or pick whatever. Yep.
And what is your dog's name?
So this is Mogwai.
Mogwai?
Yep.
Cute.
So cute. Yeah, my dog is here too, but she's sleeping behind me.
Yeah.
Can you feed that dog after midnight? Is it safe to feed that dog after midnight or get it wet?
Oh no!
Don't do it.
Now you have some in your hand right now. So are you going to use those as far as, like we were talking about spinning a wheel because I have a limited number, or did you want to just pick one?
I can randomly just touch and you guys can tell me when to stop.
That's a thought, yeah.
Stop.
Ooh,
that is like the blue dragon, right?
It is, yep.
Oh, nice. This is great. And it looks like also Glenn Copeland is here. Hey, Glenn. Hey, Zach. And Glenn says you're wearing your Sam Hatmaker shirt. So kudos to that too. And then Joel says Gremlins is the best Christmas movie ever, better than Die Hard.
It was.
I don't
It
know.
was
There'll
the
be a
only.
lot of people who debate that with you.
It's
Okay.
it's the only movie that has ever gave me nightmares.
Oh,
I love it.
and then Spot says that I want that blue dragon so bad. I don't have any series 2, so I would be glad to have any of the series 2. So okay.
Have you seen any of the series 2 figures anywhere? I haven't seen them anywhere.
No, they're hard to
Damn.
get. I think what happened is there was like
Not even-
1 hour they were available online, and then everybody scooped them up, and then now they're discontinued. So just you'd have to go probably to a Bricks and Minifig store to see if there might be some there, or go on Bricklink, unfortunately. So, all right. So Yano, have you
Yeah.
thought about?
I
which one you might
I
want?
like Grant's just random reach. So I actually, even though I didn't see any of these in the wild, my friend Alyssa, 9 Brick City, hooked me up with Series 2
Oh,
because they
nice.
showed up in Michigan. So I took the Blue Dragon out because that one's taken, and
Okay.
I think I'll just do a blind grab too.
Okay.
I haven't opened any of these yet, so
Oh,
Oh.
wow. So
good
you're
excuse.
witnessing it here on the Brickanista Broadcast Network.
Ooh, okay. I got the Samurai Mermaid,
Oh,
Oh yeah, I love that one.
nice.
Yeah.
Samurai Mermaid.
right?
As half
Samurai
Japanese, I'm somewhat. I don't know.
Mermaid.
Should I be offended? I mean, what's going
I
on?
love the tail.
It better be nicely stylized. That's all I gotta say.
The
I love her
tail.
tail.
is
Yeah,
very
the tail's
Wow.
amazing.
Oh, he's got
That
printing on it
tail
too.
Fish
is
on it.
awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
And the top stick in her hair. Yep.
Here, let me add.
Ooh.
All right, hold it. Let me do this. All right. So now I guess should I just do random too? I had a wheel, but
I only had one figure, so I randomly chose it. There it is.
okay. So I'll show my down camera here, so that way people can see what I have. And I put them into a wheel too. So the other thing is I could put these into a wheel. So these are the ones I have that are open. And then I have this candy mermaid. I have this candy
Ooh.
mermaid, and I also have this gummy bear. So I had put those all on a wheel to just like randomly pick that way, which might be a way to do it. Or I can just do what everybody else did, and I can just like close my eyes, and
I'd say
or I could
do
do a shake and then
I'd
see
say
which
do
one
the
pops out
wheel.
first.
Exactly. I'm like, do the wheel.
I think
The
if
wheel?
you've got the wheel programmed,
I
like
do
Uh-huh.
have the
do
wheel
it,
program.
And
Okay.
yeah, let's do that.
All
Let's
right.
get all
So let me
electronical.
do the
Spin
wheel.
that wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me pull up the wheel. Do the wheel. Everybody wants the wheel. Okay. All right, so we'll do the wheel, and here we go. So, and people can see that, right? Because what happens with this program is like I'm blind to what people can see when I'm sharing my screen.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
cropped in on top and bottom.
Yeah, you see what?
We
Let me
can
see if I
We
can.
can see it.
Yeah, we
Alright,
can
let
see
me
it.
just-
We can read it. We'll be able to see.
Here we go. How's that?
There we
Yep, there you go.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel.
Spin the wheel, and we have either the banshee or the shark.
And almost.
Banshee,
Banshee by a hair.
which I actually also really love. So I'm excited about that.
Nice.
All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing this screen, and all right, so you have to bear with me as I go through the controls here. Now
Gummy
the
bear
other thing
with
I
you.
have is I put this here because it is hiding the timer.
Oh, there you go.
So we do have a timer here, and
Clock.
because we're gonna
Lego
be
Masters time. No, no.
doing Wheel of Fish. So, all right, so I'll just show people the Banshee. If you haven't seen the Banshee, I'll put it on my down camera here so you can kind of see it. Oops. And I gotta turn it because my camera's different. So yeah,
Ooh,
the only
green.
thing I have a problem with is she only has like one stud that she stands on.
Right.
Yeah.
But she has amazing features. Let me see if I can get this in the camera.
Yeah, her hairpiece is amazing.
Her hairpiece is amazing. That long hair, and she's got that menacing face too. Yeah.
Yeah, she's almost a vampire, but not.
Right. She's a Celtic spirit who's
The only hair I like
screaming all the
better.
time. So maybe that's appropriate for me. Okay. All great selections, says Zach Martinez. So for those of you who are new to the Brick and Mortar Broadcast Network, thank you. Feel free to like and subscribe if this is something that's of interest to you. And I do want to thank my guests again, because some of you have done this before, like Yano and Doc have done this before. But Grant, you're kind of new to this. So before we get started, I should probably have you each introduce yourself. So Grant, since you're new, why don't you introduce yourself to our crowd here?
Well, hello. I am Grant Fejo. I am out of Woodburn, Oregon, right near Portland. I don't know what else to say.
What do you like to build?
I like to build larger things, more like kind of art installation style, because I like to build like very large characters that I put in front of my house. So
cool.
I've done, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And Yano, I know many people here know who you are, but we should probably also do this for anybody who's tuning in later who may not know who
there
you
you
are.
go. Yeah, I'm Yano from Block, animator, newly in the Portland area, and yeah, I like to build micro scale and minifig scale and occasionally big scale, but I am all about the bright colors, obviously, so video is definitely my theme.
Awesome. Thank you. And I think Doc is in the changing room.
Oh.
So we will we will get back to Doc in a little bit. But in the meantime, this is where we ask our audience for ideas for what we're going to build. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our main characters, so everybody knows what their main characters are, and we are going to build a scene using that character as the main focal point. Now, you can take other characters from your collection and add to it, but you need to have that character as the main character. And you'll be building on a 16 by 16 plate. And I am going to share my screen again because we want to get some ideas of locations. But is Doc back? Doc's back. Okay.
All right, I only have so many hands, Naomi. So yeah, there I am. I'm Doc Sampson.
You want
Yeah.
to introduce yourself to
There you
people
go.
who might know?
I
who you are?
co-host with the Brick Hive on Good Morning Brick World, and I have my own channel. So yeah.
Well,
So,
and
yeah.
Doc is also an amazing interviewer, and he went to the Cascade and he went hunting for Lego Masters in the wild.
Yeah.
And you got to meet quite a few too.
Yeah, I bagged 4 Lego Masters. Yeah. and Blair, Big Mustache Blair. I got to meet Blair. Yeah.
And you saw me there too. You did
Yeah,
a call out to me while I was there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because you said,
I saw Naomi in the wild too.
yeah, it was like people think she's in Arizona, but she's not. She's
not.
here.
There she is.
That was so funny. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is let me share my screen so we can start putting in locations. And I already see that Glenn has already put in Mars. So,
Oh, dang.
already. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this up. And hopefully, let me see if I got this one. Okay, there it is. All right, so you can see this, right? And I'm going to need help from you all because I can't
Help
see
from
the chat.
Yeah,
So-
chime in, everyone.
Yeah.
One location, Mars.
Roller skate disco. Hooded one says a roller skate disco. Fantastic.
So that could be fun.
Might be a little tricky for us with minifigs without legs to give them roller skates.
Yeah, I was going to
Up for
say,
the challenge.
mine's going to be hovering, I think.
Well, they can ride skateboards. They don't have to, they can.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, and
Disco
disco
club.
club.
Oh,
Disco.
separate. Okay. So roller skating rink,
Right, or disco club.
or disco
The top
club.
of Mount
Okay.
Everest.
All right. 16 by this, right? And then count
Yeah,
the
16
studs.
by 16.
So
Any other suggestions?
Zach said on top of Mount Everest.
Oh, okay.
On top of Mount Everest.
Well, you know, Glenn was in the chat, and he usually shows up and he goes meow. And then there was one where we had to build in a litter box. Remember?
Yes.
Bob was in
Yes.
that one.
Exactly.
We
Yes.
have Thanos having brunch in a litter box.
And exactly. Yes. It had to be relative. Yeah, it was a mess.
I love Tracy Elliott is suggesting the exotic location of Santa Rosa, California.
Okay, so I can interpret that however I like. Okay, good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
A rave from Spot.
Yep.
A
Rave.
rave.
Yes,
Oh.
I can just be interior Santa Rosa. Here we are.
Wow. Sometimes too, we have an hour to build. And what I have done is sometimes I have to take time to do research on getting visual cues. Okay. Anything else? We have
New York City sewers.
Yep.
Ooh.
From
Okay,
Joel.
fun.
That was from Joel. Edison M says amusement park.
Okay.
Nice.
Hoodie's
All
all about the Lego convention.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh, Tracy Elliott thought we were asking where she was.
Oh.
If you think it'd be an interesting mock location, Tracy,
Yeah,
I lived in Santa Rosa too.
Yeah.
Before I moved to Seattle.
I went to high school in Santa Rosa, so
Oh, okay.
two of us
All right.
actually do have some history
Santa
there.
Rosa on the list.
And I've performed in drag shows in Santa Rosa. So
Oh, wow.
It's definitely a place.
I was gonna say Santa Rosa is pretty conservative too. So. All right. Should we go with that list?
Music
let's see.
store, backyard
Music
retreat,
Yeah, backyard
Music
retreat.
store.
Magic Forest,
Ooh.
Good.
Okay.
Catacombs of
Catacombs
Paris. Ooh.
I know, that's just like, really? Wow.
Oh.
There's a roof to my mock now, too, is there?
I'm not sure if I spelled that right, but you know what it is. Okay. That looks like a good assortment. Okay.
Joel also says
that wheel.
Joel also added Vincent van Gogh's studio in Provence. That's very specific.
Exactly, specifically in Provence. All right.
And he'll probably say it's Provence.
yeah.
Okay.
In France.
Right.
Okay. All right.
All right, we ready?
Okay. Let's do it.
1,
Let's go.
2, 3. Spin that wheel. And we are going to be in Santa Rosa, California.
All right. Interior Santa Rosa somewhere.
Okay.
All right.
That's hilarious.
In Santa Rosa. Awesome.
So I have no
So,
point of reference
all right,
to
let me
Santa
see.
Rosa. So.
Will this, if I switch over to the other tab, does it automatically show? Did I switch over or do I have to stop sharing the other one?
I think you got to stop sharing.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me stop sharing and reshare, and we're going to share now this new tab. Well, like I said, I lived in Santa Rosa, so, and unfortunately, there's a few things that are gone now, like the Red Barn, which is really sad. The Red Barn in 2017 burned to the ground. Okay, can you see this?
So now what are our figures doing in Santa
What are we
Rosa?
doing in Santa Rosa? Juggling fish. Okay, so chat, give us some ideas of what we should be doing in Santa Rosa,
What
California.
should be doing in Santa Rosa? Well, they're all video characters. Shouldn't we be performing some sort of a song or something?
Yeah, we
you know,
trying to escape.
Trying to escape Santa Rosa. Hey,
That's from Joel. Trying to escape.
Trying to escape.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute Colt says laundry.
Okay.
Tracy is right. Santa Rosa is all about Snoopy. The Charles Schultz Museum is there, and there's Snoopy statues
That's
everywhere.
true.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool. That's kind of cool.
Do we
Okay,
have
okay.
minifigs? I don't think we do.
No, we do not.
I might have a Charlie Brown one from Citizen Brick. Okay.
Ooh, I like Glenn Cloakland's hot dog eating contest.
Hot dog eating contest. Okay.
The county fair there
That
is
would be
pretty
something that would be
good.
there.
That seems like something that would happen there. Spot says enjoying the beach.
Okay. Which is kind of a
It's not too
cliff
far.
of a beach.
Right.
Okay.
Let's see. Planning to move from Hooded One.
That is something I can definitely build.
Right.
JP Panda
Alright.
says karaoke.
Nice.
I'm
I
sorry, can you
definitely
say that again?
have done karaoke. I definitely have done karaoke in Santa Rosa as well.
Okay. Which is perfect for my character, the Banshee.
I feel like I did karaoke at a Thai restaurant in Santa Rosa.
A Thai restaurant.
All right, yeah.
I know it's a Thai restaurant too. There's a courtyard right near that Thai restaurant.
Yeah, old
I know
courthouse
exactly
square.
which one you're talking about.
Mhm. Let's see.
And I even
Zach
think that
says
might even
escape.
be a good location. Okay. Anything else?
Some people are saying, right, escape room, piggybacking off of Joel's idea. So I feel like that
Escape
could be
room instead
a
of
way to
escape room?
interpret.
Okay.
Tracy
Rat
Elliott says
fashion
drag.
show.
Yeah, drag fashion show.
A drag fashion show in Santa Rosa. Well, you could definitely use
I
your
mean-
background for that.
Video is good for that. Video basically is a drag fashion show.
Okay.
Flying a kite.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Flying a kite from
Flying
Spot.
a kite.
That's a good
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be good.
Collecting more fish.
Okay.
Biker convention.
Ooh. Only thing is, gosh, I don't think I have anything that's like a motorcycle.
Yeah, that would be true.
I might have a Black Widow motorcycle I could use. Okay. All right. Does this look good?
I mean, the suggestions are still coming in.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah, there's Tracy Elliott says Pride Parade,
Okay. That could be awesome.
and Cute Colt says break dancing.
Ooh. In Santa Rosa.
Yeah, it's still a thing there.
Yeah. Yeah. That looks like a very colorful wheel.
It does, yeah.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Ready.
We do
Anybody
have
else?
fish juggling on there, right? Fish juggling.
Juggling fish. You want me to put that back on?
Isn't that on there? Wasn't that
No.
It was,
That's
I can
it was
put
juggling
on.
more fish.
juggling more
Juggling
fish? Yeah.
in Santa Rosa. Do you have like a theme going?
Because they're like, it's 45 minutes from the ocean, Glenn. Okay.
Okay.
All
All right. Okay, let's do this. Ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. And what are we going to be doing in Santa Rosa?
Biker convention. What you gonna do?
planning to move.
Planning to move. Santa Rosa.
All right. Okay. Planning to
Perfect for
move.
me.
What are you gonna?
That's what I've
Like,
done.
how do you plan to move from Santa Rosa in a mock? That's just like, okay.
That's what we've been assigned to do.
That is
Okay.
hilarious. This
So, yeah.
oh, too late. Tracy just added wine tasting.
Oh,
which
of
totally
course.
is
You
something
can
that
still do wine tasting though. In your
yeah,
box.
you
That's
can
still
be
possible.
Yeah.
This is so sad. Why is this so sad? As far as
planning
what-
planning to move from Santa Rosa. I mean, it's not.
It's a sad day. Why would you want to move from Santa Rosa? That's why it's all like,
Exactly
no,
what happened to
no.
me 3 years ago because I got evacuated from 2 fires in Santa Rosa.
Oh, that would be a good reason.
And that's why, yeah. So let's just say fires might be in my mock.
That's fair.
I might have some fire things going. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let me highlight the timer for just a moment. Are you starting already, Doc?
I got these felt hands. You guys take every
You haven't
advantage I
manufactured.
can. There's only an hour.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna set the timer. So, all right. So the assignment is on a 16 by 16. Use your main character and plan to escape from Santa Rosa. That's what we're doing today. Okay. Ready? Okay. Here we go. And like I said, you can use some of your time as well if you want to do some planning.
Oh,
And
this
I'm
is
just
so silly.
thinking maybe for the sake of this. This looks like a better layout, and then I can always pull the timer up as if people want to know. So why don't we do this? You can drink wine while you're moving. Yes, that's true.
Absolutely.
This is true.
And only on the BBN would you be escaping from Santa Rosa in a mock.
Right.
That's true. And remind me never to race Doc since he starts ahead of time. And for those of you who didn't know, this I'm just going to plug this. This box, if you want to go to the Lego store, this $29.99 box was down to $20.99. It was off my $9. You got one too?
Yeah, totally.
Ooh.
Yeah.
At where? Where'd you get it?
The Lego
at
store.
the Alderwood store. I got
Oh, the Lego store itself.
the
Okay.
Lego store, yeah.
Yeah, most of Vidiyo is on sale on the Lego website as well.
Yeah,
I
like
saw
30%
sold
off
out.
or something.
And,
I
and
snagged
Joel
one of
says I
my-
should bring out the Microsoft sponsored Surface tablets for us working on our ideas. So, and that's a kind of a shout out to Lego Masters Season 3, right?
Premiering what? May 31st?
I think they had a teaser, didn't they? Have a
Yeah, it's actually May 31st is going to be the first show. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what teams they have chosen this time and what they're going to be doing.
What they're going to blow up this time.
Yeah, what they're going to blow up, destroy, liquefy, who knows.
All right, my first up. I've got all of these like Paradisa pink windows and doors. So I figured bring some of those in.
That is nice.
Maybe have something like through the window of what she's imagining going to.
Hello, Mr. Dewey. And yes, Zach, snatch up those video boxes while you can.
Yeah.
And Brookaroo Bonsai's here. Hey, Brookaroo, good to see you. So for those of you who just joined, we are working on a mock right now of us, our characters, our video characters, planning to escape from Santa Rosa.
Move.
And like I said, don't be surprised that I've already called it out. Fire is going to be in mine. I am going to be escaping from the fires of Santa Rosa. If I could find my pieces. Here they are. Yeah, I just went through my translucent pieces and I have bags and bags and bags of flames. Yeah, and Mr. Dewey asks, what do you think about Will Smith being banned from the Oscars for 10 years? You know, it's funny, as I wasn't expecting that question as part of this show, but I think it's an appropriate response. And considering other actors or directors have been able to keep their Oscars, it didn't surprise me that he got to keep his Oscar. But yeah, I think being banned is absolutely appropriate. You can't just go up and slap somebody on stage. I think what's going to happen too is there's probably going to be increased security now, that anybody trying to come up on stage, there'll be like a security person tackling them, which would actually, it would have been good theater if they had.
It'll be Will Smith. He'll be hired to tell. He's like, you can't be part of the academy, but you can tackle people as they approach the stage. Because it's like the appropriate heckling. You know, you heckle somebody. You don't walk onto the stage and slap a comedian. You yell something from the audience. That's how you heckle a comedian.
Absolutely. I am all for good heckling, not good slapping. No.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that was an appropriate punishment for him?
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is my first time hearing about it, actually.
I mean, should they have done more? I mean, you know, it's just like, especially, you know, you think of Roman Polanski and some other people, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah, all right, ban him, yeah.
Very much that.
either monetarily make him pay, and then be like, "Yo, the Academy now wants you to make an apology video to Chris Rock,"
Well,
Well,
he
since
kind
he's
of
already
already
died.
apologized to both of them.
host the show for free, next year.
Being
Yeah.
that they've already, being that he's already, resigned from the Academy and all the other things, there wasn't really much they could have done.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of like more after the fact. If they would have tackled him before he even got on stage and then escorted him out, none of this would have happened, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. Part of me is kind of like, I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Dewey? Since you asked the question. And then Glenn says, Mr. Smith can still be nominated and win an Oscar, though. That's true, but he cannot accept the Oscar
for
10 years.
Well, since he's no longer part of the Academy, I don't think he can.
No, he can't vote.
Oh, okay.
Being no longer part of the Academy just means he can't vote, but he can still be nominated.
Huh.
But the thing is, a lot of these studios have canceled his projects. So it's kind of like, you can't really get an award if you're not in a movie. And then didn't they say he went into a rehab facility, a fancy rehab facility, which is kind of PR as well.
What, for anger management? Is that what he should do?
Or to handle stress, I think is how they phrased it.
Handle
At
stress.
least the Oscars are in the news for a long time now.
Yeah.
There is that,
I mean, the only other punishment I could find that would be apt to give him, since they're like canceling his projects and being like, we've recast Chris Rock in each of these roles. You're like, Chris will now be playing the role of whatever.
Yeah, that could also get under his skin.
Although I did like the movie King Richard. Was actually pretty. I was actually entertained by it. It was a pretty good movie, I thought.
I haven't seen it yet, but I think the other thing that they were talking about is that this was supposed to be the crowning moment of this amazing story, and Venus and Serena were in the audience, and they're like covering their heads when he's giving his speech. Yeah, so Glenn says he's been canceled for now, but surely the studios will let him come back before 10 years pass.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
he's a moneymaker. He's a moneymaker.
So
all press is good press.
Mr. Dewey says, think Will should have not slapped Chris Rock, but Chris Rock should not have made that joke. But, well, that's a good point. That's a good point. But the thing is, from what I've read, Chris Rock didn't know about her alopecia. So, out of ignorance, he just made that joke because he saw a bald head.
Right.
And so
the funny, I was watching the show live, and I thought at first that he was making a reference to an actual movie that was coming up, and that's why her head was. That's why her head was shaved.
Oh, like she was actually in a reboot
in a G.I. Jane movie. Yes, that's what I thought. Oh, okay. And then I was like, oh wait, no, okay. Oh, look what's happening. It's like, what is going on? Yeah. Yeah, I was intrigued. I was like, that could be interesting.
Honestly, yeah, that could be interesting.
The first one was pretty good, so I'm like, okay, well, let's redo it this time. With an African American person. Okay, it should be good.
that would be a pretty genius response. All right, I'm just going for
all we know is that
here.
Hopefully Will Smith has learned his lesson from this. I mean, if he gets out of rehab, because rehab makes it sound like he's done this before, and that it's kind of a recurring thing. So if he does it again, then that's the end of his career. I think if he does another outburst like that somewhere, I don't think he's going to be able to get away with that. I think it'll be over. I think it'll be one of those things like, oh, you know, we gave you a shot.
But I think it definitely took away from, you know, from Coda and all the other good things. Because I loved, so I saw like a lot of the reactions to you know, Slab. And then what I loved is a few days later, I saw like a lot of the reactions and things from people with responding to Coda's Back's picture, and all of the clapping hands, or all the applause hands, which I loved seeing so many of the actors like doing that. That was amazing.
Yeah. And of course, Joel says, "What about the video characters?"
Yes.
Why are we talking about Will Smith? That's because I actually listen to the chat and actually read the chat messages, and one of our audience members had asked about that. But so now we're being asked to go back and talk about video.
That's fair.
I am very sad that video has been canceled.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me with how the app was going. Like, I think Lego really needs to look at the apps before they launch them next time, because that's how this happens several times.
Right.
Is well, the app has lots of issues and they cancel it because of the app.
Yep.
Well, it's also the branding was tied to the app, and was it Columbia Records? Because it had music too.
Universal.
One of the things I did when I posted this is I tagged the llama, L.L.A.M.A.
Right.
Yep.
It's an officially recognized Instagram account, and I think they put way too much emphasis on what llama could do, when they really didn't do much.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was another problem, is that they were expecting this to be like the next big thing, especially with TikTok and all of that, and it just flopped. It flopped big time.
Well, hardly any phones worked with it, so it was just kind of like, oh, you know. There are people that had the latest iPhone, and they're like, I'm having problems with the app, and
yeah, I mean, let's face it. Lego is not known for application development. It's good at making plastic toys, but interlocking bricks, but not in making these music videos.
Well, when it first came out, and I couldn't share it. That made me really. I'm like, how can I put this out there? You can only share it on the app. Like, that's I wanted to be able to
It's like you could develop a music video, but you can't share it with anybody.
Yep.
Because of privacy reasons, right? Because they're marketing it towards kids, and
exactly.
The whole premise was just terrible.
They did
change. I'm glad.
Right, and they did. I think it was a later development that you can share. So you can share a clip that's like 30 seconds, I think, max, and then it goes through an approval process. So they're making sure there's nothing inappropriate, and then if it passes that approval process, then you can download that clip, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But it also, in this day and age of instant gratification, people want to be able to post it right away. Right?
Absolutely. Which the approval process, from my experience, took like 5 to 10 minutes before it was cleared.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
5 to 10 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know if that was consistent, but that was my
okay.
experience on it.
So Lena is asking, are you talking about the Epic Games, a Lego collaboration? Because I can't say anything more. Well, I mean, let's just talk about Lego collaborations as a whole. Some of them have gone really well and have been very profitable for the company, and others have not. And this is a great example of how Lego brought their part to the table as far as the minifigs. I mean, these minifigs are some of the best that they've developed, right? And the whole concept of these band members and having kits and everything. So they brought that, but you know, the whole thing of tying it to music, and only the music that was in the app was allowed too.
Right.
Yeah, that was also a major, I think, flub, unfortunately.
Right. So I decided I'm gonna grab all of my video mermaids. So I've got the candy mermaid, the punk pirate mermaid,
Oh,
and the
fun.
samurai mermaid, and I think they're all roommates. So
Okay.
they're planning to move together. That's my plan.
Okay.
Because Santa Rosa is 45 minutes from the ocean. Obviously, mermaids need to live somewhere
Yes.
a little more coastal.
Yeah, and mermaids, you know, the heat from the fires probably weren't that great
Also
for them
that.
either. Yeah, which is kind of where I'm going with mine. Is that I've got I already told you a fire was going to be in mine, so I already have a corner of a forest fire going right here. So here I'll highlight everything. So
There
you
you
can see
go.
I've got this fire starting around this forest. See, so
Dark,
this is
but
actually good
appropriately
therapy for me
Good.
after being traumatized. And then I was highlighting this comment earlier. Having sets like the pirate ship and the candy castle make it so that they're fun building sets, and the app is the add-on, right? Exactly.
Yep.
Rather than having them in beat boxes. Yeah, the beat boxes were also pretty lame because they were what 70 pieces for how much?
$20.
I think it was
Yeah.
$20 for one minifig.
Right.
Yeah, that was crazy. Process the events through Lego. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Is I'm processing.
Yeah. Lego is good therapy.
And if you have never been through a fire evacuation, mine was pretty mild compared to what some other people went through. I mean, seriously, there were people jumping into pools so then they could, you know, survive the flames.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. So yeah, so Santa Rosa, for those of you who don't know, I was evacuated twice. First time I lived in Santa Rosa, the second time I was in Windsor, California, which is north of Santa Rosa. Yeah. And then Edison says Lego themes have not done well when the app is required. Yes,
Yep.
Right.
very good point. Like they shouldn't tie it to the app.
So what are we talking about? Hidden Side is the main other one, right? Are there
Yep.
other
And as far as with an app,
themes?
I think there's one older one, but those are the ones I remember. Because I think the other one happened during my dark ages.
yeah, Hidden Side also had really good figs in there too.
Right.
One of my
Well, I
favorite is the fisherman. The fisherman with the octopus attachment.
Oh yeah.
That was a really awesome fig. Yeah.
Well, I think Hidden Side was also done in by the box art. It wasn't it wasn't the easiest to tell what was in the set.
Sure.
So Tracy, who suggested Santa Rosa losing a home to the fire in 2017, I totally understand. We are more than fire, though. Yes, I know you're more than fire, but this is all an interpretation, and I'm sure mine is going to be far different from the others. But I didn't lose a house. Other people did, that I know of, did lose their homes, and that's the thing. When I got back from being evacuated, I lost nothing. Everything was pristine. I was gone for 5 days, and they let us back in. And my neighbors who moved in about a month later had been evacuated from the Coffee Park. So I know, Tracy, you'll know about this. Coffee Park was one of the communities that got hit really hard. And yeah, they were one of the ones who lost their home.
Yikes.
But they were the sweetest people, and I was so thankful that they were my neighbors. And Santa Rosa people are super nice. That's why it's really sad to see, you know, all of that happen to them. So sorry, Joel, we're back to the fires. Yeah, and the Hidden Side box art was also cool. but it wasn't clear. Yeah,
Right.
that's true. And then Bionicle is the precursor to app sets. Really? Because it was multimedia for the story. Oh, plus Lego early on.
Interesting.
I did not know that. It had a mini CD-ROM. Interesting. Thank you for that background. And then Glenn says, I know some folks would turn hidden side sets around, so they showed the pictures instead of the goofy art.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Tracy, oh my gosh, you lost a home in Coffee Park too?
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh, I'm so sorry, Tracy. Oh my goodness. So see, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh my God, you must have been so scared. I'm so sorry for you. Yeah. So I hope I'm not bringing back, you know, trauma for you, because I know it was a scary time for many of us. So it is weird though how the wheel brought that whole escaping from Santa Rosa.
Right.
We did not plan that. We did not plan it. In fact, that's why it's interesting when we got the juggling fish in a ramen shop. And I remember we were going, what? How are we going to do that? But, you know, and this is the great thing about mock builders is that your imagination just can take over and come up with some really amazing work. So I'm super excited to see what people come up with here. And and if I'm working through my trauma, I'm sorry. It's just we all have our own experiences that we bring to our work. And that happens to be mine.
It's true.
I think it's something we don't talk about very often is that, you know, is our resiliency and how, you know, how people experiencing the same thing and have very different reactions. And some are traumatized, some are like, okay, time to move on, you know. So and I love that Lego can be a vehicle for that creativity as well as catharsis.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
Grant.
and that's why it's just really interesting this topic came up, because I lived in Santa Rosa for 3 years, and then I went through 2 fire evacuations, and I can't do it. That's why I'm in Seattle now, because I'm appreciating the rain. Oh, so here's another interesting tip. Next on Nights is another theme with a half-effort app integration. Oh,
I didn't even know that. Oh yeah, because the shields were like scannable codes. I forgot about that.
Okay, so Mr. Dewey asks, have you played the Lego Star Wars game? And I will get it for the Xbox Series soon. It's interesting you mentioned the Xbox, because I have an old Xbox. I have an Xbox 360. So I'm not even sure if it will work with an Xbox 360. I don't think it will. But I have not played it yet. I know Joel in the chat has ordered it. Has anybody here bought it or thinking about getting it?
I haven't really been into Lego games. I guess I'm not that into games in general, but I've like tried a couple times and been like, not for me.
And JP was asking about Lego Fusion. Was Lego Fusion also app integration as well?
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
And then Joel was saying that Lego is a vehicle for his anxiety. It's like he's got too much Lego now.
It can also do that, yes.
Yeah, and then this is a call out to the new 90th anniversary set that Lena is a big Bionicle fan.
Right.
And they were talking about the little brick-built Tadu looks like a Mixel with a Bionicle inspiration.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mr. Dewey is right. The Xbox 360, I'd have to upgrade because the new game wouldn't work on that. And just to give you a time check for those of you who are building, 35 minutes, 19 seconds.
Okay.
So still have lots of time.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm working on packing boxes. Like I'm trying to use these little corner panel pieces to be like open flaps. I don't know if it's reading, but what I'm going with.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I have enough red bricks or red 1x2s. Oh, I do. Yeah, I think that, like you said, there's a lot to be said about being able to process. Now, the question I have, though, is I guess the Banshee is going to have to be flying.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Okay, so Edison says there were 4 Lego Fusion sets that were released in 2014 with 4 app integration. Seems to be a precursor to Hidden Side.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe Lego, if you're listening, if you're trying to put apps into your products, just say no.
Or,
You know, you don't have to do that.
Or vet them out before, like have a lot of, I would be a beta tester, Let's try
Right. So Lena, you need to get some rest. It sounds like Lena's running low on sleep right now. Yeah, I'm trying to think about luggage. Do you have like the little luggage bag?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I've got a few of those somewhere.
Looking for my accessories.
Yeah, definitely. I've been doing so much sorting, and definitely one of my last bastions of unsorted things is just like minifigure accessories just being all mixed together.
Right, exactly. And it's kind of like, what would she be carrying with her if she had to leave really fast?
Right. Oh, yeah. Like a backpack bug out bag.
Yeah, I'm thinking a backpack. I'm not sure if her hair is going to be in the way, though. That's the problem.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but I am thinking, since she's a banshee, she probably has a spell book, maybe?
Why not? Yeah.
So I'm trying to see. The only problem is I have one of these books, but I'm not sure if it'll fit. I know one side I think fits in the hand, the other side doesn't. It's weird how they made these. Ah, okay, got it. All right, so I'm gonna have her carry her spell book, and I think a piece of luggage, if I can find it. It does make you appreciate when you have sorted things.
Right.
When you haven't sorted things, it's kind of like, oh, this'll work. Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with you, Lena. Say no to apps if they are only for instructions. Well, that's an interesting point because there is some benefit to having instructions. Like, for example, when I worked on the haunted house, the instruction book is massive. It's a tome, right? So being able to pull up the online instructions as an app, or at least as a PDF file, was helpful. But if you had to do that as an app, one thing that's kind of cool is you can turn it around in a 3D style. And when you can turn it around 3D style, you can see exactly where the connections are. But sometimes the printed instructions are not that great.
Right.
So if I gave her a bug out bag, can I give her a haircut too?
Yeah, you could trade the hairpiece. I think that's
I
within
can trade the
rules,
hairpiece now, right? I'm allowed?
Yeah.
Even though it's an awesome hairpiece. Hey, Alexander23 is here. How's it going? Yeah, probably that gold band healing software skin one. Okay, I guess that's answering somebody else's question. It says, Doc, your hands look soft. What do you do to make them so soft? Yeah, Doc.
Oil of Olay. Oil of Olay. That's what I use. Oil of Olay on there.
Somebody said that on one of my streams, which was really kind of awkward. He said, nicely moisturized hands. I was like, okay, thank you.
Honestly, though, like in this Lego hobby, like I always notice if someone's doing it and their hands are like super chapped and it's like a close up of their hands. Like I do always notice that.
Oh.
And like I think the trick with Lego builders is you have to. I put lotion on my hands when I'm in bed so that I wake up and they're soft instead of
Right.
like doing it before you stream, because then you don't want to get lotion on your Lego. So there actually
Exactly.
is like some people do think about these things.
Well, and I always get nervous about the fact I don't get manicures, so sometimes my fingers are all cut up.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And you get a close
That
up
was
of
that
your
was
hand.
that was my thing, was my nails. You know, even though I still use my brick separator and stuff, but my nails still get it, especially when I'm playing with dots a lot.
And that's why you probably notice when I show something to the camera, I'll often use an open palm.
Oh, that's a good
So,
strategy.
you
There
know,
you go.
like I'll just demonstrate, like when I was even doing that earlier with the Banshee. All right, so here's the timer, and that was my down camera. And so here, I'll even show you what I'm doing with my Banshee right now. So you see how I use the open palm,
Oh, yeah.
There you
and
go.
then you see how she's got her little book of spells, and then she's got. I couldn't find a suitcase, so I'm using this basket,
Perfect.
and she's got a little vial in there so that she can leave.
Cute.
And we've been, by the way, we have 28 minutes and 34 seconds.
All right.
Just so you know. And
I think I'm gonna do that same thing actually. I've got a basket right here. I was trying to figure out how to use it.
yeah, the open basket
Good
works,
idea.
and then you can put something in it too.
Right. I think maybe this will be my mermaid's fish basket for packing. her
Oh, there
fish.
you go. Yeah, put some fish in there. You need some food, right?
Right.
Banshees are ghosts, so they don't really eat.
That's fair.
I almost thought about giving her a broom, but then I said, you know, she doesn't need a broom because she's already a ghost, so she already knows how to fly
Right.
without a broom, right? In fact, when I look at these trees, they're actually more microscale. So maybe she's going to be a giant banshee.
There you go.
I think that's the thing. Yeah. And this is where doing a lot of micropolis is actually going to come in handy.
Yeah, I bet.
Speaking of which, I will be on tomorrow's show, Agents of Mock, at 6 o'clock, talking about Micropolis.
Oh, nice.
And I had a chance to interview the Spider-Man guys who did that mock of the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, super nice people. And they were talking about how they use mills, not Micropolis, it's a modular integrated landscaping system.
Mm-hmm.
And I was mentioning that, yeah, I do a lot of Micropolis in addition to mills. Gift baskets from beyond the grave. That's actually funny because Lena works for a company that makes gift baskets.
Right.
So, oh my God, that's funny. Yep, and improvising is the key to mocks. That's true. That's true, Alexander 23. Definitely true.
I love this because it's, we're building things that probably none of us. I mean, who in their right mind would build trying to mock about is trying to move from Santa Rosa without the random audience suggestions?
Well, who would want to actually make a mock of moving?
Right.
I don't like moving in general. I don't want to do it.
Well, and that's the thing is that's why when we were doing the juggling fish one, right? We were all like, okay, like, we're gonna be juggling fish in a ramen shop, okay. And then Doc and I think it was P.T. McEwen. We had to do Thanos having brunch in a litter box, So who would have thought about that? You wake up one morning and you say, what am I going to build today? I know. I want to build Thanos having brunch in a litter box today. Yeah. I think we were all just kind of like, okay. That's what the audience wants. That's what we'll do.
but
Yeah.
I loved how we've had the virtual cons, and so I can't remember her name, but I think it was at BritCon. Like she did a presentation on creativity and how you make your choices, and so she kind of showed like similar to this show how she had like 3 different lists of things, like one being the theme, one being who, and then one being how, and
Yeah.
just randomizing to make an idea for a theme.
That was
Nice.
Brickworm.
That's right. Yeah.
Brickworm
Yeah,
on
yeah, it
Denise
was. Yep.
McDermott. Yeah, she has an awesome talk about creativity and then making matrices of things that normally wouldn't go together and then just putting them together. Yeah. Yeah, she's an awesome builder. She won an award for, and I'm sure Joel will be happy to hear this, but she did the Mandalorian with the Mandalorian helmets as a mosaic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
She
beautiful.
even gives you credit, Joel, to
She does,
giving
yeah.
her that idea of using those as a basis.
I feel like video characters would have like lots of instruments and records to pack too. I'm
Oh,
trying to
that's
figure
true.
out how to integrate
That's a good
that.
point.
Oh yeah, these little rolling suitcases actually open. I guess
Oh.
the little tiny ones too, but I was just like, what could I put inside of this open little suitcase?
Oh,
What could go in there?
oh my gosh.
These are so cute.
Where did you get that from? What's that?
I mostly Bricklink stuff, I think. I know I have
Oh,
one in dark blue that's from a friend's set as well.
wow, that's
Oh,
nice.
here, a little like mirror hairbrush can be
Yeah.
something out of it.
There you go.
This will be the
great.
beauty supplies.
Well, I figure with my character, the Banshee, she's not worried about her looks.
Right.
You know, she's like wailing at the side of a stream.
She does
Just
not
telling
have a
people-
hairbrush. She's never owned a hairbrush in her life.
Right, exactly. Hairbrush? Who needs a hairbrush? I'm just gonna
Well, my-
scream here for a while.
Well, my character being a dragon, it's gonna have lots and lots of treasure. So. I guess
Oh,
Oh yeah, gold.
smart. Yeah.
Yep.
Very true. See, this is great because we're using our characters as inspiration for what we're building too.
Right.
Yep. So thank you, chat, for giving us these awesome ideas.
Awesome and ridiculous ideas.
Awesome and ridiculous. Yeah, I think, well, when we ended up having to do Thanos having brunch in a litter box, I definitely said, I don't know if that's indicative of my audience.
Right.
Like, who would come up with this idea? A cat box. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Lena, you have a nice day. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I think the other thing about doing mocks like this is too, you're also constrained with what you have in your collection.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you just like going, I don't have what I need, but this is just gonna have to do.
Right.
Right. What I've
With
been
Lego
noticing
in general.
Yeah. And I've been noticing this week, I can build, like, I love mocks, I love mocking, but apparently I cannot mock cars worth a darn. Like, I can build the cars that Lego has given me the instructions to, but building a mock of a car is not something in my wheelhouse. I need to work on that.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I need to put cars in mine too, and I decided to go microscale. Because
Okay.
microscale
right,
I can
right.
do with just a jumper and a 1x1 tile, and I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's why I decided to go that route, and I think it's going to work because the Banshee, you know, as a mythical character, can be any size I want. So she's going to be a giant Banshee floating
Love
around, screaming at people. Why are you making me leave this awesome place? I love it here. Yeah. But like you said, you make do with what you have. It may not be perfect, but it works.
So when Vidiyo first came out, and of course everyone was like doing stuff with the deep bits as records, and I built a bunch of different record crates to like experiment with different ways to store them. And one of the simplest ways I found is using one of these little like cabinet containers. And then I'm putting grates on the front to make it look kind of like a milk crate. And it's like super simple, and you can just stack some records
Good
in.
idea.
I'm gonna do a couple record crates.
Nice. And put the beat bits in there.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, good move. Hey, Remy, how's it going?
Hey, Remy.
Good to see you. Yeah, we are working on a mock, a 16 by 16. And in fact, here, I'll give a time check to everybody. And we have 18 minutes and 52 seconds left. Yeah, and we are working on a 16 by 16, and we're going to be in Santa Rosa, getting ready to leave. Getting ready to leave Santa Rosa, and we're having a different interpretation based on our different video characters. And Agents of Mock is here. Hey, Troy. Hey, Alicia. How's it going? Yeah. How am I faring with the challenge? Well, we were just joking about some of the previous challenges we've had. Like one of them was having Thanos having brunch in a litter box. That was the challenge. And we had to build that on a 16 by 16. That was a previous challenge. And then this one is Santa Rosa and getting ready to leave Santa Rosa. And we're each interpreting it differently with our video characters. So yeah, we have 17 minutes and 50 seconds left to go based on the timer. So there's our little timer just for everybody can see. 14 minutes, 42 seconds. Yeah. And yeah, you didn't miss the big reveal. No, we still have 15 minutes or so. And we were just talking about how, what would you need if you needed to vacate someplace right away? And if you're that video character, and Yano was just talking about they're musicians, so they're probably packing their records and some other things. Yeah, and earlier too, Troy, we were talking about the debacle of Vidiyo of trying to combine music and an app with awesome minifigs. I mean, these minifigs are some of the best that they've done. And because the app integration was so bad that it just flopped, which is really sad. It's like sad trombone, right? Yeah. And then we were also talking about how Lego is therapy, because for me, I lived in Santa Rosa for 3 years, and then I got evacuated from 2 fires, and that's why I live in Seattle now. So I'm processing my trauma, essentially, is what I'm doing. And I had mentioned to people too, if you're not following Agents of Mock, I will be on their show tomorrow at 6 o'clock Pacific and talking about Necropolis. And I mentioned that a little while ago, Troy, because we were talking about this scale of a 16 by 16, that I'm doing this with micro scale roads. And then my Banshee is going to be this gigantic character compared to the micro scale.
Is anyone else hearing like a whole bunch of white noise
right
now?
That's probably me. Okay. That's why I keep muting.
Oh. What are you doing there,
Thank
Doc?
you.
Yeah, augmented reality within the Lego group has never been well received. Well, it's not just that it hasn't been well received, it hasn't been implemented well either.
Right, that's it.
I think Hidden Side, the other thing is like their whole premise was you're supposed to go catching ghosts, right? In that you go into a graveyard and some other things, and you point your app to the model, and then these ghosts start flying out. But it's kind of like, Yeah, but now what? Okay, we've done that, but now what do we do? Yeah. So I think there was a lot of, I'm sure there was some other things behind the scenes of, why they chose that, but it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it didn't do as well as they had hoped.
Right.
I never really thought about it until you like said it like that. It's like when I buy like a police station or say like a fire, or a Star Wars set or whatever,
Mhm.
my imagination fuels my play with that set.
Absolutely.
Whereas
yeah.
with the hidden side, I'm waiting for the app to tell me what's the next thing I'm supposed to do with my set.
Yeah.
Instead of letting me develop my own little storyline with the set and just like playing with it.
Exactly.
Now I'm just like, well, now what? Now I'm done. I just, I'm going to toss the
Mhm.
little thing aside and be like, walk away. Whereas the fire station I get to play with, I'm going to be coming back tomorrow with the adventure that I'm going to be able to, imagine or what have you.
Yeah, well said.
And I never thought about it that way, Naomi. But you're all like, "Well, what's
You're
next,
welcome.
app?" I'm like, "Huh?
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
we're done with the toy now, everybody." You're like, "What? But
Right,
it's a bus.
exactly. It was
Play
kind of
with
like,
it." You're like, "Nope."
okay, so now what? Now that we've captured these ghosts, and then you're right, it made you dependent on the app to tell you what to do next.
Yeah.
And people's imaginations can go far, far greater than what the app could do.
And
Yeah.
that, earlier when you guys brought up the whole hidden side thing, it cracked me up because we were talking about this on what is it? Some Assembly Required, the brick scenes live stream or whatever. But
Mhm.
like the boxes in Europe, they had nothing on the front. You know how our boxes say set number, they name the
Mhm.
set, they say the number of pieces, and they say age, whatever.
Right.
Cy O'Connor held up one of the hidden side boxes, and the front of the box was blank.
Oh,
It
wow.
didn't have to, because they don't have to have, product, in America that, there's product advertising and you have to say
Oh,
what's inside the
interesting.
box and blah, 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
In Europe, they don't have those rules. So the front of it was just the art on the front. And so, that's why you definitely needed the boxes backward in Europe, because that way you could at least tell what the set was without
Mhm.
the, fancy schmancy art that was,
Right.
which everybody's saying that was distracting them. But I'm just kind of like, the other thing too is just kind of like, who was asking, everybody's like, we want new and innovative things in the city, but no one was saying, hey, I need a haunted bus. I need a haunted bus in my city. Like, we said we wanted a bus, but we didn't want a haunted bus. Just like we wanted a high school, but we didn't want a haunted high school. It's like people are like, we just didn't want the haunted part of the whole
Yeah.
thing. And then you slap this app onto it, and it's just kind of like, wow, okay.
Well,
I have to
probably agree
remock
with
the
you.
high school. I have to remock the bus. I have,
Right,
it's like I didn't want to have to do any of that stuff.
Debo's in the house. And yes, we are doing video. How are you, Debo?
And I
And then
can't find my microphone for my little my video character.
Oh,
You
no.
can't. I was like, "Where's your mic?" Dang nabbit.
Oh, yeah, that's true. This one had a mic too, but she's too busy carrying all her stuff because she's evacuating.
I have ended up with so many microphones.
Yeah.
So many microphones. And a lot of turquoise boom boxes, too.
Oh,
Which I'm
that's
not
true.
complaining about.
So Remy wants to know what do we think about the Epic Games partnership?
Is that who's making the Skywalker saga, or what does Epic Games make
Yeah,
with
I'm not
Lego? Have
following
they
that either.
ever done anything with Lego before? I mean, should I be impressed? I mean,
Is that
it
the
sounds like they've tried
controversy?
it a number of times. I don't know the history either, unfortunately, so I'm not sure how to respond to that, Remy. I think though, I think we're in agreement though that apps and Lego don't mix. It's just not a good combination.
right. But if there's a partnership that maybe that's Lego's problem with all their games is they keep picking different companies and it's all willy-nilly. Whereas maybe if they finally pick a full-fledged partner and be like, yo, you're the guy that's going to develop all of our stuff going forward, let's get together and make an ideas for some games, and maybe then they have some consistency. Maybe then it'll be like, okay. Or maybe some people that actually have an idea about augmented reality, they're like, yo, this is what you need to do in order for that to not be a flop.
I'm just laughing because how you said Lego would say yo. I can see one of the Danish, the Danish leader, yo. What is this going to be all about? Oh my God, too funny.
Yeah,
How
see,
are we
Glenn
on
says,
time? Where are we on time?
Okay, here, we have 9 minutes. Here, let me
so the can
spotlight it. 9 minutes and 11 seconds.
Okay, thank
Yeah, I
you,
know, I
Nine.
gotta get moving.
You see, Glenn says the Epic announcement mentions the metaverse, which suggests VR. So yeah, so maybe if somebody that actually knows how to do it says, hey, let me show you what you do,
Yeah, you remember, you gotta add the yo in there.
Exactly. That's how advertising people talk to each other.
Yo.
They're like,
Absolutely,
yo,
yeah.
let me
Tell
hook
you
you
what
up.
needs to happen, yo. Yo, listen to me here. That's funny. Yeah, I know. Now that we're getting kind of down to the wire, I'm gonna make some massive buildings. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let me check that.
I'm spending too much time on this road. That's, trying to make a micro-scale road work in this universe. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, we got this. We got this.
So since we're doing video, who is your favorite characters from the video line?
I didn't quite catch that. Favorite character what?
From the video line.
Oh. I don't know. I
Or
mean,
top, I think now I'm thinking for myself, like that would be hard to answer. So top 3.
Yeah, you're breaking up there, Grant.
Oh.
yeah, you are breaking up. I heard top 3 favorite video characters. I think I really have a hard time, but I would say that the punk pirates are probably my favorite faction.
Yes.
And probably the mermaid would be my favorite of those, but the Kraken is so good too. Yeah, and then I
bought
love
that set just for the Kraken.
Yeah. But I also love the space guys too. All the little aliens and things are so cute. So
I do like this
have a hard
Banshee
time.
though. This Banshee's pretty rockin'.
She is really cool.
Yeah. So we have 6 minutes and 53 seconds.
Okay.
I've got to get this Banshee flying in the air.
I'm curious with Doc that he only has that one. Like, was that a conscious, like, this is the cool one that I have to have?
No, I just wanted to like get a video figure so I can say, all right,
Okay,
there, FOMO, be satisfied. There you go.
Totally.
So, but then I ended up, I have 2 actually. The other one's out in Garage Land. It's the golden brown video guy. He has like the goggles that looks like it's got they're from the first wave.
Right.
Looks like he got the music on it. Because basically, this guy and that guy together, they're basically Daft Punk, but in video form. And I was gonna during this last summer, I was going to actually, after I was gonna put a firecracker on the black guy and light him on fire in the video and be like, boom, just like their group. They're broken up now. The one guy's gone.
Oh yeah, the Daft Punk farewell video.
And I was gonna film, the little minifigures getting separate on this vast plane, and then one of them blows up.
That would be pretty funny.
Well,
that is funny, Doc.
But then I didn't want to damage my figure. So I'm like, no.
That's what I was sad. So for series 2, there's this one, which made me think a lot of Daft Punk.
Oh yeah, it's even more so.
That is a good one.
Did that come in a beatbox or is that part of the boombox
Yeah.
set?
Here's 2 beatbox.
Oh.
Or no, this
Yeah.
is the blind box. The blind box.
Blind box. Oh man.
Which were hard to find. Yeah.
Right. And they're not even available like on Bricks and Pieces or Bricklink or some sort of.
I mean, Bricklink, you can find them. They're just super expensive. Like probably at least $10 per figure.
Wow, really? And for such a floppy series, this is kind of people are like, yeah, we're catching in on the aftermarket.
Right.
Because almost none of Wave 2 even made it into the stores over here.
It's true.
So it's just kind of like, oh man, that's baloney.
Yeah, it really
Hashtag big time. And then Lego's like, yeah, we're going to discontinue it. It's like, really? Really? See if they're in the orders, if people are still want to order it.
Yeah.
You know?
It really
And
is weird.
by the way, we
See
have
that
4
castle
minutes
and
and
stuff.
15 seconds.
4 minutes.
Yes. So I'm going to keep the timer up now.
Okay, perfect.
So everybody can see it. I know it's kind of small, but
I was
it
trying
is
to
what it is.
I was trying to tile my floor and I'm running out of 2x2 tiles.
Yeah, I'm doing kind of a lame job at creating this city hall. But for those of you who've been to Santa Rosa, the city hall is a pretty big deal. I can't find my dome pieces, so I'm just gonna have to jury rig something. It's like 4 minutes left. It's like
Yeah, some people said they were finding a lot of really good deals on the videos at some of the Walmarts in the central part of America. But yeah, if you guys live in the Northwest, you know the resellers are so active up here. There ain't nothing that goes on clearance. Like 30% is what they call clearance. Yeah,
Right,
like,
right.
yeah, Seattle is just hard to find deals. It's so true.
Anything hot just gets snatched up instantly. It's like boom, there it is on eBay.
It's true.
I did finally find, actually, I got a second Punk Pirate ship because I found it for $30 at a Walmart. It was the last one, which is a $50 set. I think.
Yeah, and Fred Marshall has all of it still at full price. I kept reporting that on the old Instagram. I'm like, there, everybody's like, look, I got video for $3. I'm like, look, $19.99, wave one.
Right.
Yeah.
Still on the shelf. There it is.
Fred Meyer is usually where either that or Target are places you can get some good discounts, or also Walmart. But
you can find it.
This area has just not been that great. Well, I'm doing pretty lame architecture here, but we have 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
Okay.
Here you go. 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
All right, you know me, Naomi. I'm thinking about my staging area.
I was going to say, you're already staging there. I know.
Need to get mine over there.
I got to get my Banshee flying in the air as she's evacuating. I need like a rocker hinge or something. And this is when it gets really quiet because we're all concentrating. It's like, 1 minute, 22 seconds. Oh, man. Okay. See, this is hard because this Banshee only has one stud.
Right.
So I'm trying to get her centered. Oh, man. Now I'm getting nervous.
Okay, I just need a finishing beat bit. I think all my good beat bits are in mocks already. There's one.
Right. Exactly.
I like the ones that really look like a record cover.
Uh-oh, 40 seconds.
Okay, I think I'm good.
Oh, this rocker hinge is not cooperating.
I have an empty hat hook. I need a hat on.
Okay, I think I got it. 24 seconds. You could probably add one more thing.
Right. Finishing touches. Oh no, I knocked the other hat off.
8 seconds. 6,
Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, time. Okay. Woo! Oops. All right. Let me get rid of that. All right. Who wants to go first?
I can.
Oh, I'll go first just because I'm sure mine is like super basic compared to you actually mocking people kind of a deal. But I mean, I really did. I'm saying like I had no idea what to really mock, and so I'm like, so on one side, things are falling now, but on one side it's like Santa Rosa, so it's the desert, so it's brown and stuff. And clearly I got all my belongings packed up, pots and pans, chests of stuff. Everything, even that extra wig for underneath the hood, and we're like moving to greener pastures over on the other side. The thing I was most proud of was my cardboard box that looks like it has folded flaps on the top.
Oh, nice.
That is really good.
That goes up. That goes
And
on.
you did that with felt hands too.
Yes, struggled with it. But
I'm sorry, Pat, that we weren't able to catch up because we were so busy with the timer.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone. Sorry you have to go. Okay.
All my possessions ready to leave Santa, and I had no idea it's like Santa Rosa. I don't know. It's the desert. So there's there's some desert stuff, and then going over to greener pastures.
Right. Well, thank you, Doc.
There we are. I'm just like, all right. And I'm disappointed I couldn't find any of my musical instruments because I'm like, I should have had musical instruments packed up.
Yes.
Guitars and microphones and stuff.
Tracy says, I don't think Doc knows where Santa Rosa is. We're anything but desert.
Right. It's in California, so I assume, it's desert. It's got to be desert.
Yeah, it's more of a wine country, but
so it was probably the same area here. It's like, okay.
It's okay. Well, it's all interpretation, right? And we all use our own experience for that. Well, Yano looks like she's got everything all primed and ready to go. Is that right, Yano? Should I go ahead and go with you next? Okay.
So mine has very little to do with Santa Rosa, which is funny because I didn't live there, but I've spent a lot of time there.
Mm-hmm.
But as it was pointed out in the chat, it is 45 minutes away from the ocean. So these 3 mermaids were roommates in Santa Rosa because they got a good deal, but they managed to save up enough money to move a little closer to the ocean. So
I love the fact you took all your mermaids from the video sets. That is so cool. And this could be a mock, a modular if you wanted to expand on it.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So I've got the pirate mermaid is packing a box of fish over here.
Yes.
I really like my stack of boxes with, sorry, trying to find the right angle here. With dishes.
Nice.
Oh, nice. It's like a little habitat.
And then the candy mermaid is packing beauty supplies, and she's getting distracted with a hairdryer. I've seen a few people do that with this hairpiece, having a hairdryer, which I thought was cute. And then the figure that I picked, the samurai, is packing records.
That's cool. And see, you notice that you built an apartment with the mermaids in it and used the fact that Santa Rosa is close to the ocean, but you didn't have to build a Santa Rosa backdrop.
Totally.
Right. And because there's other people in the chat, like Remy says, I don't know where Santa Rosa is either. So he may have built something similar too.
Interior Santa Rosa. Here we are.
Exactly.
Hooded one. Hi, hooded one. It's a lot of Rosa.
So I have to ask, what makes the samurai mermaid a samurai?
It's just one of the genres.
Does she have like a helmet that you can swap out for her hair?
No. I mean, I'm also not positive. I just know there's the Samu rapper is like in the same music genre, but she does have like a little shuriken ninja star necklace.
Oh, nice.
Maybe she's more ninja mermaid.
Maybe she's the ninja, yeah. Yeah, if anyone in the
But
chat
she's not wearing
remembers,
black. Usually the ninjas wear all black.
Do they have sparkly? Does she have sparkly hair?
she has turquoise hair with some like fuchsia chopsticks, and then she's got little purple streaks in it.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm like
Get some highlights.
I'm struggling
Debo
with the
says
angles.
she's karaoke mermaid.
Okay.
And I love the koi fish on her too, on front and back.
Yeah, the printing is great.
Yeah, the printing is so great on these characters, and I love how you went with all the color.
Uh-huh.
The color
Yeah.
is just spot on. That is
Largely
awesome.
largely is just because these are colors that I have the most of. So for speed building, it was easy to just grab something.
Right, exactly. When you have an hour to put something together, it looks great, and I love how you use what is it? Those pink windows. Is
Right.
that from Belleville or
Paradisa.
Paradisa?
Yeah, the whole thing is color coordinated with their outfits. They're like, yo, we're
Absolutely.
gonna live here. It's
Absolutely.
gonna be stylish.
Awesome. And Debo says that the karaoke mermaid hangs with Sammy Rapper. They go steady.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he lives close to the ocean too. Maybe that's part of the motivation in moving.
Yeah. This is awesome, Yano. Thank you.
Thank you. That was fun.
Okay, so Grant, show us
All
what
right.
you got.
So I had the dragon. So the dragon had to have some fun while leaving. So it actually decided to do its own rock concert while they're packing up and leaving.
Oh,
Dang.
wow.
So
Awesome.
you got the rockers happening, but all the boxes are, like, there's still a whole bunch of boxes right in front. I'm gonna turn my camera so I can.
Exactly. Tip that camera, not the mouth.
I was gonna say it's starting to fall apart. She's breaking up, Captain.
And where is the? No. Yeah, that's not happening. So
I can't even really tell.
Yeah, we can see it.
It's
So is he
tricky on
standing
that.
on a washing machine? Is that what that?
well, like I said, I can't mock cars apparently. So it's got it's a speaker box.
Oh, it's a moving truck.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's a moving truck with a big speaker on the
Cute.
side because
All right, now I see the wheels. Now I can see the wheels. Okay. Before I was just like, what's this thing?
And the is that it's not Fabuland, right? That door, or is it's a regular
No.
yellow door?
Yeah, just a regular yellow door. But you can see why he's actually moving because you got the zombie ones. Has moved into his house.
Oh,
So he
funny.
wants to be away from the zombie.
It's the zombie apocalypse while they're evacuating Santa Rosa.
Yes, does not want to leave Santa Rosa, but wants to leave the house. So because that's
Right. And that's nice build too. From
Yeah,
everyone.
well, yeah, exactly. Well, at least the zombie has headphones on, so he must be a music fan. So there's that at least.
I love the crystal doorknob. Is a nice touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the dragon has to have its treasures. So
Right.
I'm not sure which camera angle is going to be better for me. I'll start with my front camera, and you can tell me if I need to go to the down camera. Okay, so I have a micro scale build, and you can see that this is the flames of the forest that are on fire.
Santa Rosa's on fire.
And Tracy will appreciate this. This white building is supposed to represent like that city hall building with the tower, and it was in one of the Hitchcock movies. It's an iconic building in Santa Rosa, but I didn't have the right dome pieces, so I know this camera is trying to make up for the lighting, but so this is that building. And then I used micro scale for all of the cars evacuating the city. So they're all kind of like leaving. And then the Banshee is super, super tall. Just imagine her as a gigantic Banshee. Oh,
Right.
You love it? Thank you, Tracy. Yeah. And
Is that an elevated highway?
no, the highway is, well, actually, let me see if I can put it on my down camera. Maybe you can see it a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's it's if you do any micropolis, and I'll be talking about this with Troy on his show, is that these cars, it's just a jumper with a 1x1, and I have it on black. So if you are in a micropolis build, the roads are always black.
Okay.
And then, yes, that's right. Shadow of a Doubt was the movie, the Hitchcock movie that was filmed in Santa Rosa. And then what I did with the Banshee is she's kind of hovering. So you can see that I've got these trans clear 1x1s underneath. You could probably see it from this angle here.
Okay.
The trans 1x1s, and then a rocker hinge so that it looks like she's kind of floating over the freeway. So she's like evacuating with all the other cars, but she's hovering over the city. And I have her carrying in her hand, you can see this is a book of spells, and she's got like a potion in her little bag. So it's kind of like, okay, I gotta leave. What can I not leave behind? I gotta grab my potion. I gotta grab my book of spells, and I'm out of here.
I love that.
That's what I did. Yeah, and Joel wanted Escape from New York. Or
kind of a vibe, yeah.
Mashup. Well, you know, and thank you, Hooded One. I appreciate that. And if I had more time, I would have done a better job on this building. But I did at least try to do some micro windows, so you can see on the side. I did put some micro windows there. I used some wedges to kind of give it some shape, and this little rounded thing. But yeah, so that's kind of my, you know, blockism interpretation of that building. So Tracy, hopefully you understood what I was doing. And one side, when I evacuated in 2017, one side of the freeway was on fire and the other side was not. And then there was one section where the fire did jump, but I'm trying to represent one side of the freeway that was
right.
on fire. And
the freeway might provide like a natural fire break too, you know, just because.
Yeah, but it was scary. It was not something you ever want to go through. But so this was good therapy for me too. And we didn't plan that. I didn't ask Tracy. I didn't say, Tracy, when you get on, make sure you say Santa Rosa.
She thought we were just asking where everyone in the chat was from too. I think it wasn't
even planned.
And you know what's funny is that when we ended up having to do the Thanos having brunch in a litter box, it was a similar thing because Glenn likes to come into the chat and say meow. And then we said, oh, are you saying a litter box? And he goes, yeah, sure. I'll just say litter box. And that's what came up. Yeah, it was funny. So for those of you who are new and you just experienced this for the first time, this is called #MockImprov. So you can also go to Instagram and look up #MockImprov and see some of the previous builds that we've done. I do want to thank my guests here who've all done a fabulous job and good sports about it too. So Yano, thank you. Femme from the Block. In fact, if you want to follow her, Femme from the Block on Instagram. And then, in fact, I should spotlight you. Here we go. Sure. Femme from the Block on Instagram. Check out some of the work she's done. And then we have Royal Bricks as well. Grant, and this was your first time on the Brick and East broadcast. You have another dog. He just keeps bringing out other dogs. Yeah. Well, I hope you had a good time. We'd love to have you come back and do this again. It was great.
I enjoyed myself. I'd love to come back. Thank you.
Cool. And Doc, we're gonna say if you want to follow Doc Sampson. Oops. Oh, I misspelled it. Hold up. Let me correct that. I was typing too fast. It's not Doc Sampsonin. It's Doc Sampson. Okay, here we go. So, Doc Sampson on Instagram. And Doc has been on my show before, and he does have to go through costume changes. So it's just, it takes time. Yeah. But I do want to thank you all for being here. And thank you to the chat.
Thanks for inviting me.
Because the chat, we couldn't have done this without your input. And I know that maybe it's a little wacky for some of you who've never seen this before, but we have such a great time. And thank you, Zach Martinez, amazing mock. Joel, great work all around, peeps. Thank you. And Brickaroo Bonsai said he saw that section in 2017. Yeah, let's just say there was a section that just literally burned to the ground. It was tough. And Tracy Elliott says, we're all winners. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. And Remy, nice job, all. Hooded One, thank you. And everybody else too, Debo and everybody else, Hooded One. Did I catch everybody? everybody who's been in the chat, thank you so much for all your input. We had a lot of fun. And don't be surprised if some of these end up becoming mocks in the future, because we did the juggling fish in a ramen house, and I ended up bringing a ramen house to Bricks Cascade. And I think also some of the ones that we've done here could evolve into future mocks.
Right.
You just don't know. So just wanted to say, I will be back tonight at 9 o'clock for my Twitch show. And oh, I should mention, for those of you who haven't been following Jesse's Brick Galaxy, if you are watching Moon Knight, he does a spoiler show, 5 o'clock on YouTube, Jesse's Brick Galaxy. I tuned in last week and it got me hooked on Moon Knight. So I've been now watching the Moon Knight episodes in anticipation of what they're going to talk about. So that's
cool.
at 5 o'clock. Then at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be over on Twitch. I'm thinking about doing the pop-up party bus. I'm thinking I got that at Bricks Cascade, and I know Yano loves that too, and I may be building that tonight. And then tomorrow I will be on Agents of Mock at 6 o'clock talking about Micropolis and some of the bracelet towers that I've been doing with PT McEwen and Zonker Harris and Debo and other people. Sue-Ann Barber in Australia. We're all starting to do these bracelet towers. So we'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow. So yeah, and I'll put a schedule. There's some new things coming up on the horizon that I'm not prepared to talk about yet. Maybe I'll announce it tomorrow or actually Monday afternoon. Yeah, I have some personal exciting news that I may be announcing Monday, Tuesday, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
And I think I'm joining you next Sunday, aren't I? For
yes, we have some. Next Sunday is Easter, so we won't be probably streaming them. But the following Sunday, Yano and I will be doing the Polybag Project 2022, and we'll be talking about that. And I have found them too, so now I can actually post some of the things that I had done in Arizona. But no, actually, my big news hopefully is coming Monday. I have been interviewing for some jobs, as some of you know, and it's a really exciting position. And I'm supposed to get an offer on Monday. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. I don't want to jinx it. But I know Yano and I think Grant and some other people I've told. It's Remy. It was Yano and Remy were two of the first that found out about this. But I can't really say anything until I know more Monday night. So maybe actually I might announce it on Troy's show. We'll see. But thank you again, everybody. It's been awesome hanging out with you. And once again, thank you, Doc. Thank you, Yano. Thank you, Grant, for being on the show. And as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, to everybody, may the clutch be with you. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks for watching and chatting, everyone.